Antiquity Unveiled, the most marvelous revelations of the 19th century concerning the origins of Christianity, by Jonathan Manning Roberts. Symmachus, a Grecian statesman and orator. Well, sir, you have, I think, a paper among you spiritualists call Light for All. That ought to be my salutation. In mortal life, I was an orator, also a writer, and I wrote against the Christians. Now when a man writes against anything, it is a proper question to ask, what are your reasons for doing so? In my case, they may be set forth under three heads. First, because I have known that there was no learned Christian, but who must have known on investigation that the religion called Christianity is but a duplication of the Eleusinian mysteries, and that those mysteries embody every dogma set forth by Christian priests. Secondly, because I know that these mysteries were remodeled by Symmachus, and that the doctrines that the Christians were teaching were not the doctrines of their Jesus, but were the teachings of Symmachus, and were therapeutic doctrines. Thirdly, Theodotius, a Christian emperor or pope, after my time, had 27,000 rolls of papyrus destroyed that contained the very doctrines that prove those mysteries of ancient Greece, were the original parent of the Christian religion. Fear was predominant. Truth was not considered then. Spies and informers were sent to watch your houses at all hours of the day or night, and if they could catch you reading anything contrary to the prevailing faith, your life had to pay the forfeit. I have nothing to do as a spirit with those who were in this bond of iniquity when I was in mortal form, but I think it is no more than my duty as a spirit to enlighten you as to the acts of priestly forgery in my day. There are three things that govern a spirit's happiness, as far as I have learned: love, charity, and justice to yourself. You sit in judgment upon your imperfections, and becoming enlightened seek to correct them through your own inward consciousness of what is best for you. I lived about 220 of the Common Era. They have classed me as an Ebionite Christian. To define my true position, I can come no nearer to it than to say it was, you are a spiritualist. To all intents and purposes, as it's hard to express our ancient names through the medium, I will spell mine as one of the versions of the Old Testament was attributed to me. But it was a forgery. I had nothing to do with it. It was Symmachus, who lived at Constantinople about 270 of the Common Era, was the author of that version. I will speak against Christianity, and I will say Anno Domini after the Christian idea of Lord being born and incarnated. Wait, what? Why can't you use another system of dating or something? And why is it limited? Oh, well, the medium's not going to understand, so I'm not going to say it. But let it be said on my channel, I am against no path in an absolute sort of way. I recognize the good and truth, as it may be termed, the righteousness and knowledge and value, and however you want to term it, of any path. But am I going to ignore what problems exist with them? Oh, yeah, most definitely. Refer to the Nouvelle Biographie Générale for account of Symmachus. Here we have another spirit returning and correcting the historical account of himself. He says that he was not a Jew, nor an Ebionite Christian, nor yet a pagan, but a spiritualist, and that he wrote against the Christians. Well, why do they all have to be spiritualists? Can't they be something other than the faith of the people calling them up? It seems very convenient that that keeps on being the case. and that he wrote against the Christians. There can be little doubt that he was a therapeutic follower of Ammianus Symmachus, if not himself initiated in the Eleusinian mysteries and learned from the writings of Ammianus Symmachus the facts that he set forth. Truly, the key to the mysteries of all religions have been placed in our hands from the spirit world, and the spirit chamber after the secret chamber is being opened with it never to be closed again. We deeply regret that time and space will not admit of a more extended notice of the undoubtedly genuine and truthful communication.